Welcome into HouseOfSparky.com. I'm Bailey O'Carroll, joined by Josiah Destin, co-editor, HouseOfSparky.com. Josiah, ASU 11-0. They get out of this one with another victory. They don't know how it feels to lose, but let's talk about a guy who really, I feel like, has just had a more and more of an impact on this team, and it's not necessarily always on the stat sheet, even though tonight it was almost a triple-double for Remy Martin. What is he doing on this court that you think is making such an impact on this team?
Well, let's talk about his stats first. 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and 13 points. I mean, yeah, he did fill up that stat sheet very well, but it's just because he's not predictable, and he's unpredictable. And Bobby Hurley even said it in the press conference. He was just saying, you know, when I watched this guy in high school, you couldn't really tell what he was going to do next, and I'm watching him again. You can't really tell what he's going to do next. So it's just the way that he plays with the fire and the passion. Hurley called him his type of guy, and it's not bad to be his type of guy from a guy who's got an NCAA championship. So, I mean, he just plays the way that he wants him to play, and he doesn't really play like any of ASU's other guards. I mean, Cody, you know he's going to shoot. I mean, Trey and Shannon are kind of drive shooter guys. But, I mean, Remy, he's very good on defense and very unpredictable.
He's a guy that's going to keep not only his opponents on their toes, but his team, I think, on their toes as well. Now, let's go on to this zone defense that we saw their opponent playing. Now, Bobby Hurley said in the press conference that typically when they go up against a zone, they'll shoot their opponent out of it, meaning that their three-point shooting is just so strong that their opponent is forced to then switch to man. But what happens when this team's shots aren't falling? I mean, we saw Shannon Evans, his shots weren't falling. His team kind of picked it up for him. But what happens on a night where maybe more than one of their guys is off?
Yeah, early on in the season, ASU, they strolled by on these teams when they were kind of down in the first half, maybe playing some guys with bigger guys like UC Irvine. I mean, they had a couple 7-footers, and ASU, the way they went against them, Trey Holder said after the game, I mean, we take that personal when someone's playing zone against us. We're going to shoot the lights at them. Well, they didn't do that in the first half. They were shooting under 40%. I think it was around 33% to be exact. And what they were able to do, though, in that second half was bring up the pace on defense. And as you saw early, Hurley brought him out and put on a full court press right from the get-go, and they went on that 19-2 run. Not to start the second half, but very early in that second half, they went on a 10-0 run a little bit later. But it's really the defense that translated into offense, and being able to get guys like Daquan Lake involved. I mean, 16 points, 9 rebounds for him. It wasn't a big night from Ella White, but Daquan Lake, he was able to have a good one.
All right, now let's talk about a guy who, again, kind of getting comfortable on this team, I think, on this court. Mickey Mitchell is really coming into his own. He had a monster performance tonight, really dabbled in a little bit of everything. He was on the floor for loose balls. I mean, at one point, him and Remy were like kind of fighting over a rebound, not actually fighting, but just both went up for it. Didn't realize that they were both on the same team. What does his, I guess, increased presence on this court do for this team?
It's his physicality that just makes him really great. I mean, a guy who didn't show up on the stat sheet was him, and I mean, he didn't play incredibly well. He played better last game, but he was still the guy who came out and spoke with us after the game, and he was the only player to come speak with the media because he's new, he's here, and he's a glue guy. They call him Sticky Mickey. I mean, he wears 2 shoes, but they'd rather call him Sticky Mickey than Mickey 2 shoes. I mean, he's just playing great because that he really brings the team together, and it's just because of the way he plays with that fire on the court. I mean, he's 6'7", 220, and it really shows.
Right. I know he mentioned in the press conference, too, the football player in him really was showing tonight. It's that physicality
so he's a
again.
Quarterback and a defensive back.
That's a pretty good mix, you know. You get a little bit of everything. Now let's go into their record a little bit. Do they come out of the Arizona game undefeated still?
The Pacific game, yes. Arizona game, that's different. I was actually at the McHale Center yesterday to see U of A North Dakota State. It was a close one through like the first 7 minutes and then just got out of hand. But I mean, that place is definitely the place to play. Tickets on StubHub are like $120 at the cheapest right now. So if you're gonna get them, you better get them now. But I don't think that'll be an easy game. I mean, it's definitely going to be close to. I think they'll come out undefeated after beating Arizona. Yes, right now I do think ASU is playing like the better team. I think Arizona may have more talented players. I mean, Trier and Aiden are definitely NBA talent right now. Alkins, you could prove that too. I mean, but the way ASU is playing, if they keep playing the way they play in the second half every game throughout the entire game, they should have no problem.
All right, we'll have to see if ASU really can come out of McHale Center undefeated, I know all the ASU fans are rooting for it. They want their Guard U team to I guess show up big time down in Tucson, but we'll have to wait and see. For Josiah, Destin, I'm Bailey O'Carroll. We'll catch you guys next time.